they look at the SLPP National Delegate Conference. We will be on the 30 and the 31. For sake of that, I want for welcome we studio guest them. We now one of them now Ambassador Mohammed Yongao, Chairman Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee na the SLPP. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning to you in the studio, and good morning to all SLPP members, and good morning to Sierra Leone, and thanks for having me here.
I hope so I get the name correct.
You get them correct. You get them correct.
Okay, thank you very much. And
you're welcome.
Yes, we other studio guests na Honorable Umar Paran Tarawallie in one of the aspirants them for the Secretary General position na the SLPP. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98.1, and good morning to the people of Sierra Leone and the able delegates of the SLPP.
Okay, continue for stay with you inside the program. We start with the chairman for the Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee na the SLPP as he getting appointment on the 18th of July. But waiting in rule inside this conference and how prepare a day for this delegate conference. Make we start with Ambassador Mohammed Yongao, Chairman Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee. Once again, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, good morning, my brother.
As I mentioned, you get appointed to this position just this month on the 18th of July, and today you go into action tomorrow, or you don't do the groundwork. But for somebody who they listen now and view you on Facebook, one for no, waiting at the mandate of the Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee in the SLPP.
Okay, the mandate, once more, good morning. The mandate of the IMOC, or Independent Election Monitoring Oversight Committee. Now just waiting you don't say in that description now for manage the election process of the Sierra Leone People's Party, where they hold on the 30th and 31st of this month, July. Straight I go say where they happen tomorrow, because tomorrow is already the 30th, and then we work is informed by the NEC resolution of the 30th of June 2025, and then as you know, the conference is the highest supreme policy body of the party. And then it is in that conference that elections are held. So we rule also consists of verification of the candidates there, and also responding to delegates there. I have to make it clear that the IMOC did not put together the delegate list. But we have been also helpful, as you probably already know. We are an oversight committee, so okay. We've also been looking into that and helping to correct some of the mistakes that I not remove anything or not compose anything new, so people don't get that wrong, but just to correct and to respond to people's queries.
All right, you talk about correct some of the mistakes. What didn't really happen?
Well, some of the mistakes are just names there. And coincidentally, even the candidates and some of the names, there were errors, etc. And coincidentally, you get one of the candidates now, so we also be kind of contact we and say we get a name wrong on the candidature list, where we get for also correct. So that's what we've been doing, and then that rule no get for really probably it will only end when the elections will start, because somebody can say, oh, not so they pronounce my name, or so not so they spell my name. So that's what we have been doing, and so I have to be very, very clear. We've not been adding or deducting any names from the delegate list. We then give we will only correct and answer queries, and any queries then we will not able for answer. We will also refer to the outgoing Secretary General, where they run the secretariat of, where they help for run the secretariat of IMOC.
All right. Now let's look at the delegates. Them almost delegates in total get for take part in this election.
That's a very good question. We get 1,081 delegates. 1,081 delegates.
All right. Okay. Now let's look at the system as a chairman. Everything there in place for this election.
Radio democracy. Una segwe go no say. Una not get everything here 100% in place.
Okay.
But I go assure una say 99.9% is actually in place.
Okay.
We are ready to go. Of course, there are a few areas that we would still kind of iron out, but we are ready to go.
So the Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee, is it that now that conduct this election, right?
Yes.
Now, there is an issue or room of disqualification, though we not see official notice from UNA. UNA disqualify anybody for contest for any position in the party?
Well, I wouldn't call it disqualify. I go put and say the petitions we had about 7 petitions.
Okay.
For different positions and different issues. And then we upheld one partially, another one fully, and then some of them we not upheld them. We not upheld them. So is either upheld or not upheld.
What's in that? Which one they wanna upheld, and would that be affected by this action?
Without being prejudiced to the particular individuals, I would rather I don't name the individuals, but I can name the positions. I go name the positions then where there were questions around. So, for instance, there were questions around the financial secretary position and the internal auditor's position. And the candidate, one candidate na the party we apply for the national financial secretary's position, a kind of petition other candidates and say they don't get a qualification as specified in the constitution. So we began to call all the candidates that they apply for the financial secretary position, and then now that petition was say we partially upheld them because we kind of kindly asked, because we're not a political party, we kindly asked these candidates by giving them reason for them to step aside. So their candidate then for the financial secretary, they step aside. And then also the auditor, internal auditor position, we had a petition against, and let me also be very clear, some of them is not clearly a petition. Some of them are be a request to look further into the qualifications of these people and their readiness to serve in those positions. So we actually call all the candidates there, we look at the certificates according to the constitution, and then internal auditors, we did not find them wanting. There's another issue again, like the Council of Elders. One Council of Elders say they don't sideline them, they don't only elect a group of other Council of Elders. What we did, we invited all the Council of Elders, the parties, will be involved, and then we able for talk them to come to a consensus wherein they actually share the delegates among them equitably. Then at the Council of Elders, there was also an issue of the students there also. Now the same thing we do with the students there. There are 20 student delegates, but 3 of them they say they named the no DD. So we call also the student body. We get to talk to them, and also we come to an amicable conclusion of that. And then there was also a petition in one of the candidates of the Secretary General position. So that also we look into and we investigate them, we do all what they do, and we see say the petition not get any merit. The petitioner not get any merit, so that they also we not upheld them. So there were other few issues. There are some people that don't even write. They become in an oversight committee. They come in and say a report to we say, oh, now this, we gave ears to everybody.
Continue for stay with me. Say the program will come back to you. We will look at the process we now use for put the delegate list together, and what will be the process for votes, and what will be the activities inside the next 2 days for the Salon People's Party inside una delegate conference. In name na Ambassador Mohammed Yongao, Chairman Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee. And this time we want to welcome we other studio guests. We na Sergio Aziz Kamara and one of the aspirants them for the Secretary General positions. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Musa. Good morning, Sierra Leoneans. Good morning, members of the Sierra Leone People's Party.
Okay, continue for stay with me inside the program. Good morning, Salon.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue as you hear power one of headline story then inside the program this morning. We also go talk to Honorable Umar Paran Tarawallie, we the team for the position for the National Secretary General position at the Salon People's Party. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, and thank you very much for Ona invites me.
It is small, eh?
Okana.
It is
this
small.
studio.
Yeah, it is small. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. All right. As you determine for this position, firstly, somebody go and know who that's not Umar Paran Tarawallie.
Yeah. A nice way you ask that question. I like where the police go ask. But I'm not sure say anybody there in Sierra Leone where they within the realm of politics. We don't know who than Paran Tarawallie. But for the edification of the public, Paran Tarawallie now being a politician, he turned a professional administrator, then he come back as a politician. So Paran Tarawallie don't serve as a member of parliament. He don't serve as the clerk of parliament. He did now on leave and he pursue another political cause for become the National Secretary General of the Grand Old SLPP party.
Alright, so how you transition Don Talek from honorable na you hold the position with na clerk?
Well, it really great because throughout my days as an MP, Sierra Leone know exactly what I do as an opposition. Then I become the clerk of parliament. I add serious value to the work of parliament, and I make sure say parliament we may don't see from both ends. That is the political end and the administrative end run the way I want them. And I see a very smooth transition from being a member of parliament to being the clerk of parliament because nothing no string to me, and the kind of value where I add to the work of the clerk of parliament as well as making the Sierra Leone parliament an envy of other parliaments within the sub-region. So I don't transit very well. I don't serve in the different capacities in parliament. I mean, I'm a parliamentary professional. Anybody can look me and call me a consultant because not about parliamentary democracy legislation where Paran Tarawallie not an authority of. So now as I move from being the clerk of parliament, which is just like realignment, because as clerk of parliament you are the secretary general of the legislature. So I just move from being the secretary general of the legislature to becoming the secretary general of the ruling party.
Now, you earlier when my colleague asked you, you say you don't be in the professional field and you don't be into politics. So today, we look at the political aspect of Umar Paran Tarawallie because you go for political position. Udana Paran in SLPP politics?
Thank you very much. Paran in SLPP politics, starting politics way back in the SLPP in 1995, because now that time me don't turn 18. So because of that, I start politics in earnest. And not before start earnest politics, we been being under 18. Even though from the 90s and the 91s, where the Charles Francis Magai begin to mobilize and bring up SLPP back after the long one-party system of the APC. Now we not been the small one day. We've been the fall around all over this country. Okay, I still recall and just Anita can remember that, and I feel so sorry for her. We go on one mission one day when Bobo gets accident in only Bobo by then, and he lost his life. But in 1995, I turned a very powerful politician in the SLPP, having registered and begin paying dues. And I go college, first Milton Magai, and I was the PRO of the Sierra Leone People's Party in Milton Magai. I come out there, I go for Furabe College. I was also the PRO again of the SLPP at Furabe College. Now we form the SLPP into the National Union of SLPP students. Now we form an Sierra Leone, because our members say we form in the first president, now be a cousin of mine, Mustafa Kemo Konde, then in the Jala with the Furabe College. We move that movement and we make the student movement of the Sierra Leone People's Party the biggest movement in this country. By then our members have been working directly with Dr. Prince Hadi, who was then Secretary General of the party, you know. And by 2000 I was the PRO of Furabe College. I hold that position until 2002. We win the 2002 elections. I come out, I come. When I teach now Albert Academy, I was the chairman of SMOCAB, that is support mobilization for Kpaka, now the entire Okumori part of the country. And I hold that position there until when finally I decide to make a go into politics as an MP in 2011-2012. So I don't be an MP for SLPP in opposition days, when are the dying days of the party, when are the days where the party need anybody, and everybody knows say I was one of the most vibrant MPs in Sierra Leone Parliament.
All right, I don't know if you don't aware how people can describe you. At times people can say, you know, one person will get mind or radical in anything way you do. You can endorse for anything way you want. You are aware of some of the things that way people can say about you.
Well, me no say me a missionary. You send me on a mission, I accomplish it.
So you don't accomplish all your mission then way you don't take part in?
All the mission where SLPP don't send me, but I don't accomplish
like
it.
which one then, so?
I know, Iboku. If I say...
Feel.
Okay, so as a party, we been in opposition and we always want to come to power. So they sent me on a 5-year mission in Parliament as an MP. And throughout while in a Parliament as an MP, opposition MP, I take on the APC, I discredit them in the eyes of the people of Sierra Leone, I expose them, and I make sure say I render them meaningless. And because of this, in 2018, we will not be get no, Sierra Leone not be get no option but for kick the APC out. Because Sierra Leone know who done have been Paran Tarawallie. Sierra Leone know the kind of stiff opposition we are put against the APC. Equally, I still can recall that during the last days of the APC, moving towards elections, they may get some games where they may want to play. One of such games, then bring what we call a protocol to Parliament. That will be an ECOWAS protocol. And the protocol been they talk about, say whoever been not be part of a military junta cannot contest for president. Now me team up not well. I challenge them, I resist them, and I make sure say together with other colleagues like the Honorable Bashiru Siliki, the Honorable Mohammed Kenneth Tolly, the Honorable Foderado Yoki, we resisted the APC and we make sure say that protocol they not ratify her and they not make gains out of her. Okay? And every other thing by them women at the MP, we SLPP they want to see done, like we APC been they just go ahead for declare a state of emergency just for giving political advantage. I always been stand and oppose them, and at certain times I've been succeed for kicking them out. Fast forward, we come to 2018 elections. I went on a mission to Falaba. Let me tell you, I'm a missionary. Anything they send me on a mission, they accomplish. In Falaba in 2012, waiting and call Falaba today, SLPP be only score 7% of the votes. In 2017-2018, His Excellency President Julius Madabio, by then flag bearer, say Paran go to Falaba, go and work with the people of Falaba. Now see how they get to result. So I went to Falaba, I worked with the people, the foot soldiers of Falaba. I able to mobilize them. people like Yaya Wan, with now being the chairman, we all come out, we fight the fight, and at the end of the day, we get the result. And our result moved from 7% to 48.77%. Fast forward 2023, President Bill said, no, Paran, I trust you. Go again to Falaba. I went to Falaba. I worked with the same group of people. I worked with the stakeholders of Falaba. We all put everything into it. And in 2023, we got 69% of the vote. Nice. That tells you this is a missionary. Okay. We tell us, say, go in for this mission. He goes in, he gets it, and he brings the result.
Alright, continue for the way to inside the program in name na Honorable Paran Umar Paran Tarawallie in a for the position for the National Secretary General for the SLPP party. Continue for the way to inside the program, Musa. As we introduce the other studio guest earlier, we guest Sergio Aziz Kamara in the contest for the Secretary General position at the Salon People's Party (SLPP). We will now introduce another program. Good morning and welcome to the program, Sergio.
Thank you, Musa.
Yes, in the contest for the Secretary General position na the Salon People's Party, like we ask Honorable Paran Tarawallie, Udana Sergio Aziz Kamara in the SLPP body politics.
Thank you. I mean, I really want to thank God for this morning, that before me come here, and for thank 98.1 D for hosting me on this panel. Sergio Aziz Kamara, as you know, is the current Deputy Minister of Technical and Higher Education. I mean, I'm in my 4th year, as Deputy Minister. Now I'm an aspirant for the position of National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Who is Sergio Aziz Kamara? I mean, I'm born in Shebema, Jalwan Chiefdom, Kailaon District. So that's where I hail from. In the politics of SLPP, Sergio Aziz Kamara got a 34-year history in the SLPP. I joined SLPP in 1991, at the onset of multi-party democracy. When we began, say, we could get rid of the autocratic and tyrannical rule of the APC. So that I'm a history in the party. Since then, I mean, Sergio Aziz Kamara has been an active member of the Sierra Leone People's Party. In 1996, being a student at Frabe College, I was a member of the Radicals Club. We all IJ Kabadem. We mobilized for support Tijan Kaba in election and SLPP coming back to power in 1996. So Sergio Aziz Kamara has been in the SLPP from time immemorial, put it that way. Fast forward in 2002, we saw the votes that SLPP came up with. Over 70% of the votes that we got. I have been a very committed member. Sergio Aziz Kamara has been an SLPP member. In 2007 election, I was not only an SLPP member, but I was also capacity building manager of the Decentralization Secretariat, where I worked, when we get the Local Governance Act in 2004, we are the architects for Build Back local governance in this country. So as capacity building manager, I had responsibility for budgets, for manage local council coaches at the time, for build councils them, build offices, provide resources them, and rebuild this country right at World Committee level. In 2012, of course, 2007, after the regime change, I had to resign that I would not work with the APC because it was regime change. We did not lose that election. So then, when I found myself in the United Kingdom, we formed what you call the Global Bounce Back Initiative, which will be a conglomerate of SLPP partisans, both in UK, USA, and Sierra Leone, because people were really concerned about what APC would be like at the time, with Ernest Baikroma. With the Global Bounce Back Initiative, we mobilized, we developed strategies, mobilized resources. Even President Bill was a member of the Global Bounce Back Initiative, as a leader. I mean, as an architect of the Global Bounce Back Initiative, we all Kalilu to Tangi, then we not only work in the diaspora, then WhatsApp not been there. We're operating on emails, and we're operating, on the ground for ensure, say, we keep the hope alive of we party membership. What happened then? Fast forward in 2008, right, when local council elections came up, we came out very strong. We maintained our strongholds, right, and give hope. When President Bill go into the election in 2012, we now all know we had won that election. But for Christian Atop in fraudulent acts, right, we were deprived that victory. But the momentum of the party was kept alive, right? 2018, we kept on going. I worked as Secretary General. Of all the candidates then in this contest, I'm the only one that has the pedigree, who has worked as the Secretary General of the UK and I branch, that we picked up from a branch level on in London. I was the first person that entered into Reading for Begin for Let the Party Grow. Then I had to work with Jimmy Batilosonga, right, as the chairman of the party. Thankfully, the IMOC chairman here, somebody of very sound integrity, happened for Succeed with executive. Today UKI is a regional executive, and they push this party forward, right? So in 2018, for me, I had a job with the United Nations. I worked in Liberia as a UN diplomat. I did not leave my party line. I worked with my party, with the SLPP Liberian chapter, right, mobilizing Sierra Leoneans who were members of the party to register, not only for vote, for census, for NCRA, and to vote for keep the party afloat. Right? I found myself in South Sudan as political affairs officer with the United Nations. I continued that effort with SLPP Green Family, mobilizing resources but contributing to strategy. We won the election. Fast forward 2021, when I was appointed, I decided to resign from the United Nations, a lucrative job, believing in the visionary leadership of President Bill, but believing in the Sierra Leone People's Party, believing that it's our agenda to move this country forward, and came back home. 4 years I'm here. In the last election, I was not only a deputy minister, but as a member of the election management committee, as a zonal commander, in Kailan district, marshalling 3 chiefdoms, but working with the political leadership of Kailan district. We got all 10 seats in Kailan. We got the entire council. We increased on our votes, because in an election, what you try to do, you protect your votes, right? So that's Aziz Kamara. Why have I decided to come up into this position? Sierra Leone is at crossroads.
Will they come to that? Why you decide for contest for the Secretary General position?
The program, good morning, Salon. They continue inside the program. We take another story we get for do with position. We somebody at the SLPP, the team up for Sawan Aspirant, where the contest for the Deputy National Chairman position at the Salon People's Party. Robert Kondema Kagbo say if delegates them vote for being the new Deputy National Chairman, they will work with members them for being unity and one word na SLPP, where this is a go help for make the party win the 2028 election. Robert Kondema explain more to Adeyemi Jackson inside this interview.
Sure, I want to confirm today for say the one for that position there.
What motivates you for let you go in for the Deputy National Chairman position at the SLPP party?
Well, a number of factors will lead me for where I'm going for this. I want for ensure say there is room for improvement and there is opportunity where I see. I want for help and shape the platform where we go put this government, where we will be part of come 2028. And I don't be part of the for build the SLPP from ground up. And I believe I get the vision and experience and integrity for like to the party a clear direction, not just for the sake of this, but for the good of Sierra Leone as a whole. My prayer is for God Almighty for let guide me with wisdom and help me succeed in this journey I've undertaken.
A lot of people they vie for the same position where you they contest for winner the National Deputy Chairman position at the SLPP party. And rumor don't go around that the leader of the party, where the President Julius Maada Bio, they support one of them. For you, young candidacy, what's you support to come out from?
So interesting anyway. In politics, everyone they use any means for their marketing self. Somebody get the impression and say President Bio, the endorser. That's fine. Me being also get a strong conviction, see President Julius Maada Bio also there with me as well. But beyond endorsement, I have to focus on presenting my qualities and believe say we're able to change the narrative of the party for moving forward.
We can look at your plans if you win the Deputy National Chairmanship. Again, on the issue of many people don't come out from this position, what make you think say you're not the right person way for make the delegates them vote you for being the Deputy National Chairman?
Of course, I'm 100% sure say me not the right person for lead them. And for me, I want to be a Deputy Chairman for all members. For success, for the Ubita party require unity. And my first priority, I want to initiate a reconciliation drive. I'm not able to do this alone. And you have to be a teamwork and effort. If I am elected, even those who are men in the contest right now, I will bring it on board. And then first I will be on board so that they will be part of the agenda for move the SLPP forward.
You don't be in the SLPP party for a very long time now, and you don't witness other people who don't occupy the same position where you contest for. In terms of ideas, if you win, which new idea will you go bring come from move the activity of the party forward?
Thank you very much. Of course, I will bring a blend of experience and forward-thinking vision. And one of the major issues I want to address is the God-fearism. and at the practice we are in, people can pick leaders without giving members a say. Every political party get ultimate goal for win election. We can't do it that if we silence our grassroots. And they bring justice, fairness and accountability to the party. Of our poll or party manifesto, which is what we present to the electorate. Right now, there is disunity among ourselves, even within the same party. Some others they go this way, some others they go right. So lack of cohesion and weakness. We need a party discipline and supremacy to hold our elected representatives accountable. Ensure say they deliver on campaign promises. And of course, the major aspect to officer will also bring into this, where I think same younger for be different from the others, but the youthful energy, the agility and the proactiveness to the whole quality I believe are critically at this juncture where officers are able to produce more than all of the contests based on my experience I don't get from the civil society one for over 17 years standing on advocacy and lobbying. I think I get more energy and strength. That's why the fact that we all contest, we all qualify. But me believe say yes, me going to bring more and more get the youthful energy and the proactiveness and towards that whole day. So I think say yes, me could be the suitable candidate for take up that kind of position or deputy chairmanship.
Again, on the issue of your plans, the party they prepare for the 2028 election, how you go work or ensure say you move the party forward for say the SLPP win the 2028 election if you deputy national chairman?
Well, first of all, we'll get a world tax for play, and for me as a deputy chairman, I mean the principal assistant to the chairman, and me will get for very serve as a intermediary, and just say we will do some outreach, and then just say the one the way we don't leave the party, we will go back to bring on board, and so I'll get a clear conversation done. And I make me initial statement saying when I get for win this election, I initiate what we call a consolation drive. Among all who contest, I take the aspirant list, all come together and work, and say, okay, we'll move the party, go forward, because we get an election for win, when at the 2028 election. And we know say yes, the president will say the agenda, when our president, but we all don't see the progressive development we don't bring to this country. Just recently, we all don't see what you don't do for the compact. They will get for count on a boost the economy of this country. So I think say, the president is going for left and everlasting legacy for young people. A war long look as yes, with your support as a leadership of the country, I think say, we will count also for compliment the president's efforts and just say.
Well, that's na Robert Kondema Kagbo, we the team up for the deputy national chairman for the SLPP party. Me the explain go reporter Adeyemi Jackson. What he go do if he win this position, sir?
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. We come to the chairman, Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee. Now the SLPP as delegate and delegate conference tomorrow, and next tomorrow Ambassador Mohammed Yongawa, chairman, Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee. You earlier talk about the delegates lists, over 1,000 delegates. How will come for put this delegate list together?
Thank you very much. Before I answer that question, permit me, because I hear something where when the interview Kondema, where when a journalist talks say the president they support a particular candidate, it would be a disservice as chairman of the IMOP if I don't respond to that particular question there. Which I want for talk at the gate, and I want to use the opportunity also for say many thanks to the president for appointing me to this position, for the confidence that he has in me to do this job. And I want to say I did get a regular meeting briefings with the president for informer on which they happen, and they follow the which they happen closely. But I want to assure the general SLPP membership say when I meet the president, I ask the president, do you have any directions or waiting I for do? You don't appoint me because somebody give you job, you get for ask and waiting you for do. You can enter the leader of the party. Now he said the most important thing I may do, I make it conduct a free, fair and transparent election. The president not talks in this candidate that they support or another candidate that they support. So not we forget about that, say the president not get no candidate.
Okay.
Yeah. And moving forward, you asked about how we put the delegate list together. I wasn't involved in putting the delegate list together. The delegate list come together from lower level elections. Now we don't observe say SLPP we don't conduct lower level elections from zona, from chiefdom, from constituency, take them up. So now from there, this delegate list don't compose across the country. So these are people coming from, these are SLPP members coming from across the country for come voting the national officers. That was how the delegate list was composed.
Now, 2 days activities, what thing would expect inside then 2 days and how we don't prepare for them?
Okay. Yesterday, we don't give out the delegate tags to all the executives of the various regions, of the various districts and regions, and then we advise them strictly, because I know say there's a lot of SLPP people also listening to this. We advise them strictly, say if you collect delegate tag, you get to make sure say that delegate tag reach to the delegate in person, because if the person not get a delegate, it can't report to we say the person can't report say not get delegate card. Will it take them to the leadership? And I know say there will be consequences, because if you prevent somebody from being a delegate, you are also going to be prevented from becoming a delegate. So that will be the likely consequences. So waiting we don't do, we don't give the delegate tax them, and then also we don't get a hall na bounty money where the party don't get. That holding now is under preparation. Also there will be also observers, because not only delegates and get for the day, there will be observers. So these delegates then on the day of the elections, they will sit in their various districts or regional positions na the hall, and then we don't also acquire ballot boxes. We don't acquire ballot boxes because there are 13 positions the way they vie for, 9 they contest for. So all the 13 positions, they get 13 ballot boxes, and each box get a designated title on it. So let's say one box get chairman, the other box get deputy chairman, the other box get secretary general, the other box get deputy secretary, etc., etc. So the delegates then, the 1,081 delegates then, and the other thing that I may know, there are 61 candidates. There are 61 candidates where they contest. Each of the delegates then, they get 1,081 delegates then. Each one of them, they get a ballot papers of all of those candidates then. So it come a vote for the person where he want. It get for be a transparent election, and in fact the boxes will get a transparent boxes then. But before them, we also don't forget like what you call polling boxes. So then polling boxes, now they go complete the ballot papers then. When they complete the ballot papers then they can put on the ballot box. So what we have done in the committee, now we 8 in at the committee, at the IMO committee, me at the chairman, and this is also interesting for you to know. Each committee member, it come out from a region. So you get Southern region, you get East, you get Northeast, Northwest, Western region, and you get former MPs that also part of the committee. So me and my colleague committee members, we get for them at the hall for supervise the process of the elections. Also, what we do, we also don't incorporate what we call IMOC assistance. So we don't get IMOC assistance then, we they also get for the around the help, and they will be clearly seen, because the IMOC assistance they get for getting t-shirts then wearing a blue, then get for wear, and it will clearly state on the blue, say this is an IMOC assistant. The IMOC officials that wear a white t-shirt to go for wear, and will clearly state, and in fact we will get also cap. I wish I be don't wear my IMOC cap, I bring an hair, so at least when I do not on Facebook, people are going to say yes, this is the work we have done. We have put a lot of work into this, a lot of work into this. And then I know say probably you go on for ask me later, but sometimes it's good to say things earlier. We don't plead to all the candidates. For me, they tell the supporters and say, this is not a brotherly, sisterly affair.
But again, we are going to put security in place. We will get to look at the security situation. But again, this election, is it how the voting, the positions that are the 30 and they vote for the or the 31st? Or not 2 days and get for votes?
Not 2 days. It depends really the time. Okay. On the first day, we get what we call the plenary session of the conference, because this now we biggest convention since 2020. So we get the plenary session wherein all the former executives then get for give the Secretary General get for give a report. The agenda is already there. The Secretary General get for give a report. Of course, the leader of the party get for talk, and some other people then get for talk. We all that they don't do, then we go for lunch. As we go for lunch, then the plenary session they hand over the conference to IMOC. So once they hand over the conference to IMOC now, that half day will they get, and the next day now IMOC now go they in charge of all proceedings na the conference. So this na the plan what we get.
Okay. Continue for stay with me, said the program Ambassador Mohammed Yongawa, Chairman Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee, who can be go give other details, including the one we don't start to talk about when the security, because it's very much important. Now plenty people wanna together and na election.
Now we take over to other studio guests. We na Honorable Paran Tarawallie. Honorable, one of the things them way most people in a political party in the grumble of now that the relationship with people we can stand for position. You know that kind of grassroots person, or within a relationship with grassroots supporter them na SLPP?
Thank you very much. Some of the questions on the post to me very obvious, because me by myself, me na foot soldier, so me not they call anybody grassroots. They are all foot soldiers, because now then they keep the party in power. Now then they go into the warriors. Now then they cross the swamps. Now then they go up the hills. Now then they root out the votes. Then bring the results. And me now one such. So of course I resonate with them very well. Now that make throughout me campaign all over the country. I not talk a lot. As I reach them say, Paran, thank you. We will go pay you back, because we know you don't work for and and the endorsement all over the country so overwhelming. So I come yesterday night confident that on the 30th, 31st, I'm going to be the Secretary General of the SLPP. So I'm a foot soldier. Okay. Not to say, somebody who not a foot soldier and I go say how you relate with the foot soldier. But a foot soldier feel and know waiting complete foot soldiers and know and the feel.
Alright, 61 people in the team up for take different position there, and you get a lot of people with the team up for your position where you want when at the National Secretary General. Why this position?
Why this position? Very interesting question. Like we say, now I think now we 7 they stand, and now 7 one SLPP are all very competent. Wherever I go, I don't say this. We're competent because SLPP not get any rotten material. Everybody very potent. And we all definitely go know how to do the job. But in every aspect of life, there is something known as a comparative advantage. I'm a politician, and therefore I get a strategic advantage above all the other 6 candidates. And then strategic advantage now 2. And that 2 strategic advantage I make, I know say the people of the SLPP go get for vote me as the Secretary General of the party. Number 1, like I tell you earlier, me a missionary. So we all 7 with the contest, me are the most potent and effective missionary. I don't demonstrate this over many years. The people of the SLPP now testaments to read, they're conscious of that, and they're ready for pay me back in reality.
Okay.
When you say go, I go. So that's now one comparative advantage I get. Okay. The current president will get don't work so much for this country, don't work so much for the party. They don't put a lot of things in place. They don't give it direction. We don't want anybody for can't distort that. The vice president does support the president in the agenda where the president will pursue.
Right.
The chief minister equally don't hold the ministers together for me the president's agenda go forward. The first lady of this republic, I always go salute her, because that is a strong woman, a strong character. We don't always be by her husband for make sure say this nation we pull them from the doldrums and move them to how we want for Siam. She's been there for the nation, she's been there for the party. So all of them people there don't work. Therefore, waiting away on responsibility when we want offices. Our responsibility now for come and make sure so we protect the legacies there.
Okay.
For make sure say the SLPP in mission is fulfilled.
All right.
And therefore, the second comparative advantage, which is very strong, we may get over and above all my colleagues. Now that now me, now the only person where we all we sabi the APC.
Okay.
And it takes a ninja for know the secret of a ninja. The APC, like what I can say, now which man there? Okay? And because now which man there, look the witch doctor sit on here. The political ARIOGBO look and sit on here. The person will go for stall any attempt by the APC for do then wrong things with them in they do. The person will go make sure say the APC not surface again at this country. So that is a comparative advantage. Right. And now because of that, me feel say the people therefore vote me on the 30th and 31st for being the National Secretary General.
All right, quickly before come to Mr. Sajo Aziz Kamara, we understand say people with the team for position at the SLPP, they camp. For you, they any camp?
What do you mean by camp?
I mean, then get certain people.
Okay, yes, me say get camp. Me camp the Madabio and the SLPP.
Okay.
That me own camp, Madabio and the SLPP. Because for me, the biggest camp is the camp where they beat APC 2028. So are they camp really? But me camp, the head of me camp, the Madabio, and the camp name SLPP.
Alright, continue for the written inside the program. In name na Hon Umar Paran Tarawallie, editor for the position for the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party.
We come to where our studio guest winner Sajo Aziz Kamara, contesting for the Secretary General position, the SLPP inside the Delegate Conference 2025. Sajo Aziz Kamara contesting for the Secretary General. Why Sajo Aziz, if you talk to the delegates there?
Thank you very much. Why Sajo Aziz Kamara? But first, I think that we pay tribute to this party. We're done there for 74-year-old. I mean, 1951, this party is an architect of independent Sierra Leone. I also want to take this opportunity for pay tribute to everybody who don't serve this party. I mean, the outgoing executive, I mean, under the political leadership of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Matherbio, Dr. Prince Alex Harding, and then Umaru Napoleon Kroma. They don't do excellent job. I mean, we're in a two-term election, and we're very confident moving into 2028 election victory. Why Sajo Aziz Kamara? I think, firstly, Sajo Aziz Kamara is somebody who has been long-term commitment to this party, has served this party. Sajo Aziz Kamara come back na Salon for come work for this country under the leadership of His Excellency retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Matherbio. Sajo Aziz Kamara, of all the candidates then, is the only person who has served as Secretary General, is the only person who has had uninterrupted membership of this party. I think when we go for positions like this, you need to understand what's the context of the position. What kind of Secretary General do you want to have? Like when I speak to the membership of the party, it's honest to speak to these things. When Paran they talk now, I think if I don't be honest, it's element of integrity for, let's say, I was also in the PMDC at the time when SLPP be need people most, right, in the South. He was a member of the PMDC. I think you need somebody in this office where for able to play to that. Paran has done a very good job in the Parliament, and again, credit to that, right? And I think that's where he's most fitted to be. If you look at the last media release in 2024, right, by the ACC, I mean, one of the phrases there was, I mean, they say, he said he was not aware, yeah, it is impossible that he was not aware of the same. We didn't say employing with, right? They say not be aware. But that say he therefore failed in his supervisory responsibilities as clerk, albeit that the matter did not merit prosecutorial threshold for indictment, right? So when you look at that, the secretariat position, you're going to be the chief admin.
So what did they initiate?
Come on, I'm speaking to the context of the position following 2028. You need somebody where they build the governance architecture. Okay. You need for be the chief admin of the party. You need for supervise staff. You need for make people they accountable. Therefore, you need for operate all the organs them. So if you know all waiting they go on, you don't in a position where you don't know. So this position we get, anybody can be a missionary, right? And Aziz Kamara is a super missionary. As a small boy, as a student, as dictator of the Radicals Club, we took on the APC. These were days, right, when the APC gets ISU, they throw tear gas and students throw it back at them. That was the time some of us start that sort of mission, right? So you get what's in called situational leadership. Why Sergio Aziz Kamara? I think Sierra Leone deserves better. And today Sierra Leone has a better leadership in President Bill, right? But more importantly, the kind of work we don't do as a party, we need to strengthen the party in architecture, in governance architecture. I'm not coming to this race because just that the say I want to be a Secretary General of the party. I come into this race so that we strengthen the party in governance architecture. I come into this race with a clear message. We don't go into a lower level elections, right? And we see everybody don't exercise the right for going to position. Some of these exercises were very tense. I've come in it, my vision is clear, how we can maintain a united, viable and sustainable party for 2028 victory for Saloni Benefit One. I come into this race also for uphold the core values of this party. I come into this race with 4 R's, where I call, say, for me, respect. How we respect people, the grassroots. In Kailan district, I'm known as the People's Minister. You can ex-chairman Chucky, right? Only somebody that is grassroots oriented that will be labeled a people's minister. So building respect in the party for the leadership, for the grassroots, for the women and the young people, we have to build on that. The second R for me is defined by recognition, that the grassroots are the foot soldiers of the party. They are in the majority. They are the people who come out to vote. For me, it's to work as a team with the entire executive to see how we give them that due recognition. Probably grassroots is not probably the term, but they are the critical membership of this party. Right. The third R for me is around reward. When we win an election, let we party members then be beneficiary of the goods like all Sierra Leoneans, create opportunities for them to get that reward. And results for me, going into this, it's only one result that is defined here. It's to win or to win 2020. Not only for SLPP in benefit, but for the benefit of all Sierra Leoneans. And I have a clear plan on how we build on the membership. Right? I'm not going to do that because I know what's defined in the Constitution as my role as chief admin, having supervisory responsibilities under the leadership of the political leadership of the president or the flag bearer, imagine, or the chairman where they work with. Right? So Sergio Aziz Kamara has been a very committed member of the party. In the last election, 2023, I was not only a zonal commander, I was a member of the Manifesto Committee, an ex-official member. I was a member of the National Communication Committee, propagating the achievements of His Excellency the President. Right. Today we have the big 5 game changers. You know, I'm seated in a critical ministry where I'm working to deliver on this, and I think we want to advance this so that Salon will become a middle-income country.
All right. Quickly, Mr. Minister, before we take material inside the program, people describe you as show and show minister. We're not a mix with people.
That's totally not true. Yeah, you can act across the country. Go to Kailan, you go to a party office. You know, I mix a lot, right? So I don't know where it's. I'm a son of a driver, right? In Mendeta, my papa they call a Hakpa Jogwe. That means say we wake in the morning, they drive them to Kana, they're gonna pack, go collect the SASAS money. Now that makes some of we appreciate President Bill. Why? Because it creates opportunity. Despite your background, you can go to school. Some of them, they not only drive in at school for school fee, but then between also for local one at school. That's why we are committed to his vision.
Continue for the way to inside the program in name na Sergio Aziz Kamara, editing for the position for the National Secretary General.
The program Good Morning Salon to continue. We talked to another Secretary General aspirants. We now the first and acting public relations officer for the SLPP. We now Philip Tetema Tondone. We according to them, if member then at the party vote for him as chairman, he will work with the party for ensure say they win the next election. He talk this in our interview to the democracy. We talk about the aspiration for team up for this position. Philip Tetema Tondone talk more to me inside this interview.
ID card. Philip Tetema Tondone ID card nice. Commonly known go na kunkuna, you go bond any side, because I was the face and the voice of this party from 2014 to 2017. I mean, a grassroots politician. If all the grassroots didn't know me, because of I stand by the party in critical times. I know one day deflect go any side. I don't serve the party in various capacities. One, even in the days of Kpaka, when I'm one of the young generation youths then, when I found the member of MRD, Movement for Restoration of Democracy. When the party fall Nawian, Ugo Guinea, who formed a government house, I was one of the senior sanction monitoring officers. I believe, say, I'm the fittest candidate for defend the party like a blunt defender, and I know all the tactics of APC. And if APC don't know, say, the maturity in the secretariat now, sound leadership, then they say we're going to brace up properly, you understand? And if I come there as the Secretary General, I'll give a come to do called structural alignment. I will make sure, say, everybody in the party is important. One of the key things is unity.
And you think say unity not in the party now?
No, unity not. I'm being very frank. Because one day together, and when we did together, then a force. And when we did together, we will be able to sweep APC and come 2028. You understand? I won't be part of the team because I get the techniques, you understand, for the continuously displace APC. The APC then in opposition for the next 20, 30 years.
What are the chances of winning this position?
You talk about Montamande, then get reasonability. The delegates then, and mature people then, they elect them party, and then we want let them party win come 2028 APC. So then they look for a sincere, committed, loyal Secretary General. We will able to stand the test of time together with me, chairman, we then get for elect, and the national officers we then get for elect. Me as the head of the secretariat, as a team, we will bring a lot of strategies. We will put APC in a position for the next 20, 30 years.
We get different campaigns within the SLPP. We say Philip Tetematon Donedi.
No, me an independent candidate. I don't belong. I'm SLPP. Okay. I don't belong to no camp. No. But at the interface with all the people, me not aware if we are talking about camp. You understand? I just know some more people don't get intentions, and definitely we did down there, you must admire some people with the up, but we are operating as a party. Okay. But me an independent man. You understand?
Now I seek the contest for this position, and I see a letter then on social media say, now you petition. Who do you petition?
Well, unfortunately, this is an in-house dynamics. You understand? The petition will be in-house. Say SLPP is an academic party.
But you petition person?
Of course, yes.
Who do I petition?
I petition my brother, Umar Paran Tarawallie.
Why?
No, we don't read. I don't need for count.
Some listeners, them when they listen to you, don't read them.
No, when you don't talk, you go don't read and I make you ask me about petition. You understand? So you don't know the content. But as I say, it was something meant for internal consumption. But knowing how fluid social media they, people then go sell it. It's an internal consumption. So really, I will crave your indulgence and I won't delve into that. It is being dealt with internally at party level.
I wanna don't deal with them.
No, well, we'll get dialogue right now. We the manage and monitor the election process. I mean, an aspirant, I'm not for kind of do anything that is indicting. You understand? So let me say, because that's the same reason make one can head the secretariat. You give for respect the structure. You understand? And the structure for now, the president is the leader of the party, and the region will neck to appoint a monitoring committee we call IMOC, Independent Election Monitoring Committee. Then they handle the affairs of all till we go next tomorrow.
They don't respond to this petition?
I don't tell you the internal process, whether they respond or they not respond, but it has been internalized.
One thing when you raise now the petition that
No, I don't want really, with all due respect, Mr. Moderator, I dare for like give me a message. I know therefore can't talk about petition. You understand? I'm a chairman of IMO.
But you still stand by the petition?
And I'm a writer, not to be signatures, did they? But as I tell you, say in internal consumption. You understand? But because the social media is very fluid, they go on, they say, you mama and your auntie. You understand? So that's why I crave your indulgence. Let's go on other issues.
What's the message to the SLPP delegate then how they listen to you?
I just appeal to the delegates, for let them vote for maturity, vote for loyalty, vote for sincerity of purpose, commitment. You understand? Everything about me is SLPP. So I'm ready now for give me best to SLPP in the administration, heading the secretariat, and with me chairman-elect, I feel we will bring reform in the SLPP.
Well, that's one of the aspirants then for the Secretary General position, the SLPP Delegates Conference, where Philip Tetema Tondone really talk to me inside that interview day. The program, Good Morning Salon, they continue. Inside the program, we take another story, still we get for do with different position the way people team up for. Also our aspirant with contest for the National Secretary General position. Now the Salon People's Party, Dr. Robert Chankada say if delegates then vote are forbidden next Secretary General for the party, it will work with other members and for CC then bring unity in the party and help make the party win the 2028 election. Dr. Robert Chankada explained more to Adeyemi Jackson inside this interview.
Oh yes, I had to go for that position day and the election day on Thursday this week, and I believe they're on the winning side.
So which are the reason we move you for you contest or go in for the position of National Secretary General?
In the first place, me a core SLPP member. The membership expands from, let me say, even from a youthful age up through my education. And when I travel to Europe for education, when I be the Secretary General of SLPP, after done all the grassroots engagement in Sierra Leone, I go become Secretary General for SLPP during Kpaka time. I'm the late president, and that time the JJ Safa, and Mr. JJ Safa, and then I'm the Secretary now. So we connect very well and served in that capacity for up to 6 years. After that, when I come back home, I didn't get for Aspirant for Labi District Council Chairman Akona. I mean, all this now, party engagement. And in 2021, where I'm now working within the government, this government of His Excellency Retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, I've been aspired for Labi, the Deputy National Secretary General. The SLPP populace in the country then see me fit for that position and then vote for me overwhelmingly. And I served in that capacity for 3 years now, a little bit plus. And I thought that would really equip me well enough for Labi become the next Secretary General of this party.
You serve in the capacity as Deputy National Secretary General. How will be Talek?
Now, quite a good experience. Very, very good experience. You know, I got a very strong educational background, and then I worked in various places, like in the UN, I worked for NGOs, I worked in Europe for years. But let me tell you, I mean, for become a party person at that level, you really need for study the party well. I mean, nothing to equip you. That's not to equip you for you to really serve in the capacity of within the secretariat. So being an apprentice to one of the best Secretary General that we ever get when Napoleon Kuruma, Omar Napoleon, I think it exposed me to so many things that we I'd be need for that land, for equip me for that be the next Secretary General.
What make you be the suitable somebody for filling that capacity as National Secretary General?
I've been an apprentice for 3 years, and then I think I don't get the best knowledge and equipment, understand the party structures, understand the constitution very well, understand what it takes to be a Secretary General. Then I get a manifesto also where I believe so going to push me through for the eye before head, and one of them is how to bring party unity together. Because of the current state of how the SLPP party there, we need a very strong experience for we make sure the coherence within the party stays as it is.
The election day in few days' time, look at your support base or your chances for win this position. Which are your chances?
It's above 60%. It's high, very, very high, because I don't touch all the base. Every place in this country I don't campaign, and not only campaigning, I believe so much within the party, all over the country, when it comes to developmental programs, reaching out to the people that are called now the taproot, when normally they call them grassroots, creating jobs, and of course also contributing to the elections we just done taken 2023, and now we have the challenging election ahead when 2028. I believe I get all the mantle that will lead the party to victory in 2028.
What's going to be your message to the delegates that we get for votes at this election for choose national officers there, and more especially the position we to go in for, whether the National Secretary General position? What's your message to them delegates and there?
The message is that they don't count on me, then they don't trust me once. 2021 for Labi, then Deputy National Secretary General. I don't think I disappoint them at all. I mean, I serve my boss them very well. I do my own part for other study. I don't equip myself in a very strong way. Then from that I don't learn also the weaknesses of the Secretariat and how to strengthen them. If you give me the opportunity, I think I'm in the best position for uphold the values of SLPP at the Secretariat level.
Well, that's Robert Chankada, the explained reporter Adeyemi Jackson. Also, he say if people vote for being the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party, it will make sure it unites the party and self make help win for the party win the 2028 election. The program now Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we're bringing the program to you this morning. My name is Umar Kamara.
Musa Kamara, I'm your name, and we still get Ambassador Mohammed Yongoa, Chairman, Independent Elections Monitoring and Oversight Committee in the SLPP. You don't talk about the organization, you don't talk about activities, but one key component of the security aspect. How I don't arrange that?
Thank you very much for asking me that question. That's a very pertinent question. But before I answer that question, make I commend Radio Democracy for when make attempt for reach out to all the candidates of the whether they go for the Secretary Generalship position. For more can I get all the voices there added to this program. I want to commend highly for that.
Thank you. And
going to the security issue also, I don't hear the Secretary General's candidates, they all don't talk. And then I don't see any one of them refer to conducting a very peaceful election and a civil election. Because you go only need security when there is chaos. So therefore, with the appeal, the committee, they appeal to all the candidates there, may them talk to the supporters there, may they behave themselves, comport themselves on the day of the elections. And then we don't get a lot of meetings with the police. The police, they fully on board. I don't get a lot of briefings with them. We don't get a lot of briefings with them. Even yesterday, we get nearly 2 hours meeting with the police. And I want to commend the police IG and the operations director and the others there, the Sylvester, within Lumley, for all the efforts the way they put in for ensure the security they fully observed on that day. So one of the things that I will start with is everybody where they come, we want a jamboree, but everybody where they come, we not to delegate and we not to observer, and all the one day where they come with the dancing etc. The go for stop, now that run about just for go up. Now they will stop them. So I know how many people in Canada say, oh no, for go up here and there. No, none of them know they go up there. You go only go up here and there if you get a delegate card and an observer card. And also, we will also advise all the candidates there, may they not bring entourage there, very large entourage. Because most of the time, that is where the chaos starts. Because one candidate will get a large entourage, the other candidate get a large entourage, they meet up, then clash. So then one, may the candidates there put down the entourage. In fact, they don't need to bring an entourage.
Okay.
Only you and the observers then we then get for nominate or which is
Before we come to what our studio guests then look at messages, then what they would expect for the part of this conference, a part of SLPP members, we get for see other political parties members, invited diplomatic community. What are the exact we get for see?
The invitation is being sent to all the political parties for making witness one in a lifetime convention. How did they want to teach people to have a whole convention? Convention is not about fighting. Convention is about presenting ideas, presenting policy, and then voting. Okay, that is what we're going to do, and that's what we leader want. We want to make this a place for learning. So it go there in the interest of some other political parties, for me they actually can learn how to hold conventions. We go for also invite. We don't invite also all diplomats and international organizations. So they all go for day na the convention. And of course there are other layers of government officials, there are other layers of political sympathizers, there are other layers of groups. They all go for under the observer status. So those are the people that we are inviting. But if you allow me again, there are going to be barriers for people the way the one can go inside the convention. The first barrier and the barrier within Now the Bintimani before you go inside the car park. So at that barrier, they therefore subject people then to search. So I advise everybody, if you not get a need for bring a very big bag, don't bring it with you. If you not get a need for an extreme overcoat, don't bring it with you, because the police are going to search everybody. Body search. They get for the woman a day, you get for the man a day. They get for search everybody. Then at the first point of search, they also the Bintimani Hotel, because we understand since so SLPP people that they don't already there, or other people that they back at the Bintimani Hotel. There's also going to be a barrier there. So if possible at the hotel, before they get access to the convention, you're going to be also subjected to search. Make a just complete. And also, they don't search you 1 and 2. There's also a search at the door.
Okay.
You are not going to enter that convention hall if you are not supposed to be in the convention hall. We are very, very strict about that. And also, there is also security personnel within the hall. And some of those security personnel, you're not going to know them because they're going to be on uniform people, officers.
The chairman get for the part of this convention?
The leader of the...
Yes, the leader, yes, rather.
If the president, the leader of the party, now get the convention. Okay. So definitely he's going to be at the convention. And the experience I don't get from previous conventions, he attends the full time of the convention both days. So now he get the convention, and definitely he get for the convention.
We can look at messages then, but we come to the other studio guests. Honorable Paran Tarawallie, you get from Philip Tetema Tondene, he talk about the petition where you see now internal but also leaked, and the content of that he highlights issues about you that you issue with the Anti-Corruption Commission, and we get to another candidate and we be talk also make mention about the issue that the Anti-Corruption Commission say you be employ woman of parliament, and you ask to ACC say yes, that was true, that human be working at parliament and you be agree for pay the money, and for them these are credibility issues. What in a response to them concerning from your opponents and from the public?
Thank you very much. I'm going for the National Secretary General position of the SLPP, and I'm there this morning for articulate me plans and strength in that office. And trust me, not that I look forward to.
So you need to respond to the allegations?
I will not, because the whole Sierra Leone say the anti-corruption leader exonerates me. So I know they allow anybody for become so petty and bring up issues we're not important. The important issue is why you want to become Secretary General and what you bring to the table. So that is what I'm going to address. And for me, I get a lot of things why to bring to the table. And I hope you give me some more time, because you have not given me time at all. You ask me a simple question, I answer, then you go on to me, colleague, and get a length of time.
Okay,
so if you are not giving me time, I will not come to the studio again.
Go ahead, sir.
Take it from me. Fine.
Go ahead, sir.
Umar Paran Tarawallie, they come for the position of Secretary General because he gets 6 big commitments. But I'm not going to talk about all 6. I will limit myself to 3 only.
Okay.
Commitment number 1, Paran and the 2028 elections. What do I want to do? I want to mobilize the party and rally the party in full force behind the next flag bearer, so that we win the 2028 election. Why I feel say I get the competence, because 1, my days as an opposition MP don't speak for himself. 2, my battle in Falaba, the enemy zone, I'm not a general who fights at the backyard of his garrison. Meaning, general, I get to the enemy zone and I fight the battle and bring the result. Why again I feel say I'm very competent for lead the party and mobilize the party supporters for win 2028 elections. Now, because even when I become clerk, I was a clerk of parliament, but on a mission for make sure say the party in parliament is entrenched, and the whole Sierra Leone know how I do that effectively. The second commitment has to do with maximizing the welfare of members of the party. Today we party base, they lost hope small. For we 2028 elections, we need to re-energize that base and get the responsibility for make sure say that base is fully re-energized. And in re-energizing this base, what do I want to do? Number one, I want to make sure say the party at constituency level becomes strengthened and very effective. I want to also make sure say party members in the constituency feel say that they own the party. We don't get a system wherein even for elect or bring the people who for represent the constituents, now parliament and a council, not to them they take the decision. And they are the biggest unit of this party. So me as Secretary General, I want to send back the 100% authority to them for make sure say they're able elect or bring people where they represent them both the council and as MPs. I also want to look at the role of the constituency executives. Unfortunately, today the constituency executives, they elect them in a position, but will not really they key them, waiting them forget for make sure so they effectively work. Where real job come, we form superstructures that we put them in a corner. Maybe tell party constituency executives, say under my watch as head of the secretariat, we put an end to that. Anything we come for the party at constituency level will be channeled through the constituency executive for the betterment of the constituency. We also say in the constituency, everybody in this party they begin pay subscription through in constituency because everybody belongs to a constituency. So if you go like constituency, you pay subscription, the constituency can remit some of that to the district, to the region, and then finally to national, so that everybody they become financially strong for run in your thing there, where they run at constituency, district, regional, or national level. And also are conscious and are aware say we get a whole group of people that they call the diasporans, but they roll very unknown. We party members where they back home, they just feel say the diasporans not they do anything. But me aware and conscious say these are people where they work for the party overseas, then they mobilize their resources, then they send them for the party, and then they work on party agenda. Me they create a desk within the secretariat to make sure that I will link up the national party at local level and that at international level, so that everybody feels in company work and all man getting due.
Okay, continue for the inside the program quickly. Aziz Kamara, Sergio Aziz Kamara, we wrap up the program. What will be your message to delegates?
Thank you. I think again, thanks to all the delegates there across the country. I mean, I went around as far as Bond Island, as far as Falaba, you know, and I was very encouraged by the reception that I got and how fired up delegates are for 2028 victory, building on the gains them. But for Salone, you know, Sergio Aziz Kamara, the party is about to get a fine blend of a diplomat and a radical. You know, we understand the role and want for strengthening the party. And my vision is key. I go into this race, not just bulldozing. Anyone can be a missionary. I believe in situational leadership. I activate when it's required. I want us to maintain a party that is united, viable, and sustainable for 2028 victory. And I make a commitment to my 4 R's, where I want as a team in the executive, we go all live through those values of respect, recognition, reward, and results that we must win 2028 election or win it. And I feel really opportune for serve the people of Sierra Leone. And what I have done coming into this position is an element of sacrifice, service, and to deliver for Sierra Leone in better one tomorrow. I thank you and I thank God.
Okay, thank you very much for joining me in the edition of the program, Sergio Aziz. And this was message from the chairman. He said, we hope the security personnel are not going there to intimidate the delegates as we saw during the young generation elections in Bo.
And this other one say, Honorable Sergio, you, okay, this one not too clear. And this other one say, Honorable Paran Tarawallie is a true leader, and it would be nice if Sergio Aziz Kamara deputize him.
More messages then. Who not don't send inside the program. This number 0779819881. Also now we Facebook page. This one, the Salon People's Party needs an experienced leader to take the party to the 2020 general elections. Honorable Philip Tetema Tondene is an experienced and visionary leader who has been there for the SLPP. He has held several positions in the party and has never moved to any political party. From Joseph Stevens.
Alright, this other one from Abdul. Allegation, no allegation, we will vote Paran Tarawallie. Speak the language of the grassroots, and he was here when APC was in power. And Abdul Aziz, you honorable fan walk other side and left the party.
This one from Political Mufti, the last one from Mrs. Sajo Nawilajo. He has been there when others ran away, which contributed to our party to be in opposition. His loyalty is not questionable as others. Now with them messages, we conclude the program. Chairman then say the OPC security no good for intimidate delegates and members of the party.
We addressed that issue there, and that is the reason why we get IMOC assistants there. They work side by side with the police, not to interfere with the work of the security services, but to observe the work with the security services that they do and report to the IMOC officials there. In fact, no policeman, uniform policeman, not there for going inside the hall. Not there for going inside the hall, so not there for intimidate anybody. And all the police they understand, say, in fact, we addressed this issue yesterday with them. We tell them, say, sometimes I say it takes two to tango. So the police themselves therefore be civil to the civilians, and the civilians therefore behave themselves, because it is clear the police are there to do their work, okay, to enforce the law. So if somebody did the way they misbehave, the police just get for handle them. But even in that process, we don't advise the police and say, may they use the minimal force for do the thing then they, because we tell them, say, this now we party people them, and we don't want may anybody do violence against them. So let the party people be rest assured that they will be treated well, but they have to behave themselves, and that nobody, whether from the one way they run the election or the security people, nobody not there for intimidate them. Okay. Men are not afraid any intimidation.
Okay.
Now he make her just add one thing. The police officers they brilliantly also invite the military. So one senior military person get for them at the barrier with a police officer. So they identify, they go there for look at the junior officers and for make sure say they behave themselves well. But of course, like I repeat myself, believe you me, in majority of the cases, if you not do bad, police or military man no go can't do you anything. Okay. If you don't misbehave, they will have no business to do with you. So once more, I advise say, may we candidates then they talk to all the supporters therefore may they behave themselves. And one last thing, the candidates therefore know say, if any violence happen when linked to any candidate, there are serious consequences for that. Okay. Serious consequences. Okay. And that will make a strong recommendation to the leadership of the party. So the candidates are therefore really be careful and warn the supporters then for me to behave themselves.
Okay, plenty thank you for joining us at the program this morning. In name Ambassador Mohamed Yongowo, in a chairman IMOC, when the Independent Election Monitoring and Oversight Committee, and also inside the program we get Honorable Paran Tarawallie, we the team for the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party. Same also we get Sergio Aziz Kamara inside the team up for the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party. Plenty thank you guys wanna join you inside the program this morning, and all the best.